So 6 years ago, I left New York City for Berlin, Germany, where I had never been because I wanted to chase my dreams. I was making music and I really needed to leave America, you know? Even though I'm in Miami now, this is fucking Miami, hello. I felt this mentality here and, you know, being back in America, we're gonna go over all that. But I spent 2 years in Berlin and then 4 years in London chasing my dreams and living outside the box. And my life seems so normal to me, but everyone always tells me, like, how do you do that? How do you just jump from one place to the next? You know, I left New York in a 2-week decision to leave for Berlin. And then I moved to London after 2 years in Berlin in an 11-day decision. And, you know, I like traveled cross country with a piano and all of this stuff. And like, I just was like always moving from apartment to apartment. And I wanted to come on here to share my story because I think the most important thing you can do is go after that energy in your heart, go after that energy in your soul. You know, I want to go over the lessons I've learned, the people that I've met, the experiences that light you up. You know, during that time, I was able to grow my music career to reach millions of people. And then when I was in London, I started Creative Life School, and that has like 85,000 followers now on social media. And I've been able to create this life because I allow myself to be myself. I allow myself to connect to my wisdom, connect to my heart, connect to my soul. And I just moved to Miami a couple months ago. I moved back to the States because it was time to grow that business and grow to the next level of income and impact and all of that. And I do believe that America can have a good mindset for work culture if you're in that state of your life. But also it's nice to get the fuck out of the matrix and be an artist and be a creative and have more life experiences. So I want to break down a little bit more about my story. We're going to go out today. You're going to see a little bit of Miami as I tell this story. So let's do this. You know, I feel that a lot of people just let themselves stay in this box. They let themselves stay in this position of life of doing things for other people or allowing them to being stuck in this constant wheel of like self-judgment and judgment from the outer world and what society wants of you. And I feel like we all have such big dreams, but we let them die. And we've let them die because of comparison. We've let them die actually because of social media. You know, like a lot of the times I think that social media can actually keep you away from going after what you want. And that's why I want to do these videos, because it's like we have to use everything consciously. And I feel that a lot of people are going through life unconsciously, and we see like a video like this, like I left America to chase my dreams, and you might think like it's all rainbows and butterflies, but truthfully, like when I showed up to Berlin, like, yeah, I made the best art in my life, like for sure, and I did have some success, right? But like I was going through it, you know. I had relationship troubles, and I had, you know, to figure out life on my own, and the inability to find an apartment for long term in Berlin because the housing situation is so difficult. But honestly, would I trade any of that for more stability, more comfort, more ease? I wouldn't have, because that is the stuff that makes your character grow, right? That is the thing that helps you get outside of your comfort zone and actually see the world for what it is. Because so many of us see other people and our environment kind of as we see ourselves, right? Life is a projection, and it's true that when you stay inside your bubble, you kind of just think that your perspective is limited. You know what I mean? Once you go out and see different cultures and try new things and put yourself out of your comfort zone, you actually find new levels of awareness, new perspectives, and you are able to think for yourself. You're able to become an individual. You're able to think more creatively. And I feel like that's the missing component in our society, is that so many of us are just kind of robots, to tell you the truth, and we are doing things because we think it's cool to do things. But what if you could just allow yourself to be like really cringe? You know, like for so many years when I was learning how to make music on my own, and like I was going through different styles and I was trying to figure out my style, and my music was really cringe, and I found that I actually lost relationships with people, even some of my family members, out of judgment and out of misunderstandings. And that's going to be something that can happen to a lot of people when they're actually chasing their dreams and they're actually going for what they want. And that's why I wanted to talk about this side of things, because everything is for our growth, is for our good, right? And we're always going to put a motivational spin on everything because that's what we do around here. But at the end of it, at the core of it, when you decide to change and when you decide to step out of your comfort zones, and you will trigger people, you will cause confusion in people. They won't understand your path sometimes. Sometimes you also have to learn that you need to let go of looking for that validation, and some people are just not going to understand your journey. But during that time period, I was understanding my journey. And if you want to go chase your dreams, and if you decide to commit to yourself, you're going to become a better person. You're going to grow in your confidence. You're going to grow in your understanding of the world. You're going to be able to grow into who you're meant to be, because I know that all of us are put here from a sole purpose, and we have to step in to our power, our authenticity, our individuality in order to manifest everything that we want. Right? We have to become the best level version of ourselves. And we're not going to do that by staying, in similar relationship dynamics or toxic environments, and I don't think that all of us need to go move around the world and travel and this and that. Some people actually grow by stability in their life, but you need to have the ability to step out of your comfort zone, or else you die by mediocrity. And you know what I'm dying about? The heat in this car. So we're gonna go and continue this video somewhere else. Buckle up, baby. Mwah. Now we're in the parking lot of the Walgreens. Glamorous. But you know what is glamorous? It's so cheesy, but I'm just gonna keep it rolling because it's cute, because I'm cute. And that's basically who you become when you actually become authentic, when you actually go after what you want. You create relationships with people, with cute people. You get to really learn the art of communication and learning how to connect authentically and becoming better in your skills. I went to a second college in London for music, and doing these things, investing in yourself, will make you priceless. So if you want to grow a business, if you want to grow on social media, if you want to do big things in your life, then invest in yourself, because that investment will go a long way. And that's the truth about chasing your dreams. That's the truth about what happens when you devote your time and energy to yourself, not for anyone else, but for your path, for your mission. You get to become actualized. You self-actualize into the person you need to be to manifest your dream reality. And as cheesy or cliche as that may sound, it's just the truth. And yet so many of us just are stuck in this kind of freeze motion, thinking about doing 10 different things for money, thinking about wanting to travel but never really jumping. It is time to jump. It is time to invest in yourself. And I see also that when you do travel and you do go after your dreams, you change your mindset, because there are so many people in this world who they think that maybe financially they can't do something, but it's their own limitations. There's ways to go around doing things for yourself. If you don't have the finances these days, companies will pay you to travel. Even if you don't even really have a social media following, you could make content for companies. There are so many out of the box ways of thinking about making money and living for yourself and traveling. And sometimes traveling or going to like a different country will actually be cheaper than you living in your American country, in your suburban town that's probably pretty damn expensive because it's America, okay? I just want us to develop this mindset of thinking outside the box so that we don't just let our limitations be what creates our reality, because you need to allow your mindset to grow and to understand that there's a world outside of all the victimhood that so many of us are bought into. It's like, no, connect to your vision over your victimhood, and connect to your faith over your fear, and let love guide you, let your passion guide you, let your desire guide you. I am currently letting my desire bring me to Sun Life Organics, my favorite fucking smoothie place. Hey man, how you doing? So we got the Sunlight Bowl. Yes, we did. We're gonna eat it, but I do want to talk about the desire aspect, because I feel like if the world was full of humans that are actually acting out on their true desires, what they want, what they're encouraged by, what they truly are motivated by, and not from like some ego kind of place, then this world would be a better place. And that's also why I left America, because there's so much ego that people don't really understand what authenticity is. People don't really understand what chasing your dreams really means, because you're not going to have an easy time every single day when you actually push yourself out of your comfort zone, but you will find deeper meaning. You will find people that are like you. You will find that you are able to make friendships all over the world, that you don't feel so alone, that you're able to rely on strangers for kindness. And I feel like we get so in our bubble and we think that this world is such a big bad place because we see all the news on TV and we see the war and we see everything going on, but when you take a step back, there's always good to connect in, and then there's also always going to be chaos. And what do you choose? I find that people who decide to chase their dreams, they are choosing possibility, they're choosing potential, they're choosing something outside of the norm, and that makes them very powerful. And so I just wanted to come on here because I could tell you, all the details of them like moving to London and the 4 years of there, and the complications of like getting visas and getting artist permit in Germany, and like all of these things, which by the way is not that hard in Germany, at least it wasn't for me, and I could give you more information of that, but I really wanted to come on here and talk about the perspective of like becoming your best self by allowing yourself to go after your desires and go after your dreams. So I'm gonna eat this acai bowl because it feeds my soul, and I'll be back. I can tell you that if you have to learn how to make money in another country, to make friends, to make community, to build something on your own, you're going to come out of that being an unstoppable person, a magnetic person. And that, by the way, welcome to the beach in Miami. Like, look at this life. Like, it's sunset and I get to be out here because I've chosen to take this path that is less traveled and to be able to, you know, go to where my heart calls me, go to where my soul calls me. And I just feel like when you really break it down, you can just figure it out. This video is not meant to be like, oh, I did this and I did A and B and I got C. No, it's to tell you that there's gonna be twists and turns in the road. There's going to be moments of despair. There's going to be moments where you are like, oh my God, is this working? Or you're not making money, or you're making a lot of money all of a sudden. Like, I went viral and I was having $1,000 days, but just like life, business is something you have to keep up with in order to keep having success. And you have to really find out the formula of what makes you tick and be connected to that inner strength and wisdom, because then you can figure everything out. And I feel like so many people, we're living in such a day and age where they're just so quick to write ideas off, or, you know, it's so much easier to see someone having success and being like, I'm gonna do that. Pave your own authentic path. The leaders don't follow. Leaders lead, and they do that by becoming their best self. And that's the truth of what has allowed me to step into my potential over these last 6 years. It's me following my true urges, and now I help people become their next level selves and also grow their business of their dreams after helping them with their $1 million mindset, because it is all about your mind and what you believe. I've met too many people on my journeys who are so caught up in, I couldn't do that, I wouldn't be able to do that, I wouldn't know. No. Lack, victimhood. You know, my ex-music manager had so much victimhood and lack in her programming. And you'll learn that sometimes you just got to cut ties with people too, who you meet on the journey, and that's a lesson of its own. But you need to be able to meet people on your wavelength, and you will be able to meet so many of those more people when you put yourself in the situation that your soul is calling, that your heart is calling, that your mind is calling you to. So this is definitely where my heart and soul is calling. You know, after 4 years in London, it was very gray, and London is like my spiritual home. I actually miss it a lot. Like, I don't feel as home here in Miami as I felt in London, which is funny because I'm, you know, from New York, grew up between New York City and New Jersey, and I should feel maybe more at home in Miami, but London was really my home. But I know that it was time for some vitamin D, it was time for that sunshine and those sunset walks. So that's what I'm going to enjoy. I'm going to actually get in my workout gear and allow myself to enjoy the evening. I have some work to do, and you know, that's life. Like, sometimes when you do take your own roads, you're working for yourself like 24/7. It's like, entrepreneurs can totally vouch for this, but it's like you leave your 9 to 5 to work 24/7, but that's only for like a short amount of time. Then you can hire teams and employees to help you. So, you know, you got to put in the hours to build the systems and strategies to get you there, and then you can allocate from there and build your team around that. So just remember that your life is waiting for you to live it. Nobody gets to create it except for you. And the energy and intention and love that you pour into your daily activities, but also whether or not you go for that big goal or dream that you say you want, is going to make all of the difference. You create your destiny. And you open yourself to opportunities by stepping into the unknown. So step into the unknown, my friends. And if you're thinking about, following your dreams, going to a different country, moving, do it. Because you only have one life and you can always come back. It might take you 5 or 6 years, like me, but you can always come back. And yes, I don't know how long I'm going to be in Miami. Like I said, doesn't really feel like home. But what's next? I don't know. Probably overseas. But being happy, being fulfilled, building my business no matter where I am, and encouraging people and reminding them of the truth. So I hope you have been reminded of your truth. Like, subscribe, all of those beautiful things. I will see you in the next one.